You don't need a different life. You need a different mindset. This is not just a catchy phrase, it's the beginning of a powerful transformation. Too many of us are constantly looking outward for the answer, a new job, a better partner, a bigger house, a different city. But what if the real breakthrough isn't outside at all? What if the change you're desperate for begins within? Every morning, millions wake up feeling tired before the day even begins. Not because they're physically exhausted, but because their soul is weary. They're fighting battles no one sees. They're living lives built on expectations, not purpose. That's not laziness. That's misalignment. Let's talk about Emily. She was a bright student full of dreams to become an artist. But growing up, she was told that art wouldn't pay the bills. So she chose accounting instead. Safe, stable, sensible. She got the job, the salary, even the promotions. But she also got the numbness. Every day, she felt a little more disconnected from herself. One evening, she found an old sketchbook from her teenage years. Flipping through the pages, something stirred. A forgotten fire. That night, she started sketching again, 10 minutes a day, nothing radical. But within months, she began to feel alive again. Years later, she's not just a full-time illustrator, she's finally herself. The life she thought she needed wasn't the answer. The mindset shift was. Your problem isn't that you're stuck, it's that you're stuck thinking the same thoughts. What if instead of asking, how can I escape this life, you asked, how can I show up differently in this life? The difference is subtle but seismic. The thoughts you repeat every day become the lens through which you see the world. If you keep telling yourself, I'm not good enough, it's too late for me, I'll never change, then that becomes your truth. Not because it's real, but because it's repeated. But repetition works both ways. Start telling yourself, I'm learning every day. I have power over my choices. My past does not define me. Say it enough and you begin to believe it. And once your mind believes it, your actions follow. There's a silent epidemic today. People feel numb. Not unhappy enough to break down, but not fulfilled enough to rise up. They're existing, functioning, but not thriving. And often they don't even realize how far they've drifted from their true self. That's why awakening isn't an explosion. It's a quiet whisper at first, a subtle pull, a sense that maybe, just maybe, you were meant for something more. The journey of awakening doesn't always start with clarity. Sometimes it starts with pain. The pain of boredom, the pain of pretending, the pain of watching your days blur into each other with no fire behind your eyes. Don't run from that pain. Listen to it. It's trying to tell you something. Every breakdown you've had, the anxiety, the overthinking, the late-night questions, they all carry clues. Clues about what matters to you, clues about who you truly are. We live in a world that's loud. It tells you what success looks like. It shows you filtered lives and perfect timelines. But the real you, the one beneath the pressure, beneath the perfection, is still there. And it's time to wake them up. Ask yourself, when was the last time I did something just because it made me feel alive? When was the last time I listened to my own voice before asking for opinions? When was the last time I paused and asked, what do I want? Your awakening doesn't need to be public. It just needs to be honest. Start small. Read that book you've been putting off. Take the class that scares you. Reach out to someone who inspires you. Write a journal entry. Go for a solo walk. Say no to something that drains you. Say yes to something that excites you. Momentum builds in silence. And as it grows, something beautiful happens. You stop chasing a new life. You start falling in love with your life because it finally aligns with your values. Don't wait for the breakdown to be your wake-up call. Don't wait for the burnout, the breakup, the loss, the crisis. You can choose to wake up now, to change not everything but something, to shift not your world but your perspective. The greatest transformation doesn't begin with answers. It begins with better questions. What if I'm not broken? What if I'm just beginning? What if everything I need is already inside me? You don't need a different life. You need a different mindset. And that mindset begins now. Why not now?